Hey nerds, I am reviewing another episode of Only Murders in the Building. This week's episode, the stuntman takes us deeper into Zazz's life, and the trio's investigation leads them outside the Arconia. But does the episode keep the mystery going, or does it leave us with more questions than answers? Let's dive into it right now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I'm Nathan. As always, if you want to jump ahead of this intro to my analysis or rating, see the chapter links below. So this is the 4th episode of season 4, and it will be posted on September 17th. The investigation takes a turn as the trio ventures into new territory. And of course, we meet some new quirky characters. So let's see what worked and what didn't in The Stuntman. So the spoiler-free logline for this episode is, in The Stuntman, Charles, Oliver, and Mabel dive into the world of stunt performers as they investigate a suspect tied to Zazz's past, uncovering more clues while wrestling with new mysteries. As I mentioned in previous videos, went over the main cast and showrunner credits in the premiere episode. There's a link above to the playlist for all the breakdowns and reviews for this season so far if you need to catch up, so I won't go over that stuff again. So let's dive right into the analysis for this week. So this episode is entitled The Stuntman, and like the previous episodes, it has a movie as the title. So it seems to be a direct nod to the episode's plot as Charles, Oliver, and Mabel investigate Zazz's life as a stuntwoman. As I said, like the other titles this season, its title is from a movie as well. This week, it's the 1980 movie of the same name, starring Peter O'Toole. This week's title feels far more straightforward than the previous episode, as it delves, as I said, directly into Zazz's professional life, which Charles knew very little about. We step outside the Arconia in this episode as the trio ventures into the city to gather more information. It's refreshing to see investigation broaden its scope. Some lingering clues from the previous episodes are explained, but as always, more questions arise. The show keeps viewers guessing, but it's clear the mystery is building towards something bigger. The episode introduces some new quirky characters, keeping in line with the show's tradition of colorful side characters. However, not all of them are hits. One character in particular felt like a miss for me, bringing a bit too much over the top energy. I'll get into more specifics in my spoiler breakdown, which will drop later today. Oliver gets some personal development unrelated to the case, and while it feels a bit of a detour from the main plot, it adds another layer to his character. Charles, meanwhile, continues to work through his grief over Zazz's death. Delving into her life as a stuntwoman brings up some emotions for him. Again, Steve Martin's performance adds depth to the show's otherwise lighthearted tone. Overall, the episode strikes a good balance between humor, mystery, and character moments. While some of the new additions didn't quite land for me, the episode moves the plot forward and gives us more insight into Zazz's life and Charles's feelings. It's a solid continuation of the season, even if some elements don't fully hit their mark. In my final analysis, The Stuntman earns a road trip rating, or an 8 on our scale, and if you're unfamiliar with our scale, it's down below in the description. It's a well-rounded episode with enough intrigue and humor to keep the investigation engaging. A new character in this episode didn't land for me, but the emotional beats and plot progression more than make up for it. If you've been following the mystery, this episode keeps the momentum going, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the story unfolds in the coming episodes. So, what did you think of The Stuntman? Did the new characters work for you, or were there some misses? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of film and TV. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.